Did you know the average woman ends nearly 7 friendships by the time she hits 30? Wild, right? But here's the kicker. Sigma females, they don't just lose friends, they choose who stays and who's out. No regrets, no second guessing. All right, let's get real. Sigma females are a different breed, independent, confident, and totally comfortable doing their own thing. They don't follow the crowd, and that goes for their relationships too. When it comes to who they let in, they're super selective. And yeah, sometimes that means cutting people off without looking back. Here's the deal. Being a Sigma female isn't easy when it comes to keeping friendships or connections. People expect you to play by their rules, drama, constant validation, or just toxic vibes. But Sigma females? They know that holding on to that stuff only slows down their growth. So setting boundaries? It's not just important, it's essential. Let's break down the 8 types of people Sigma females cut off. No hesitation. 1. The energy vampires. You know, those folks who suck the life out of every convo, leaving you drained. Sigma females don't have time for that emotional drain. These people are like emotional black holes. Every time a Sigma female interacts with them, it feels like they're pulling her energy, enthusiasm, and good mood right out of her. Maybe they complain non-stop, always focus on their problems without ever listening to hers, or bring such heavy negativity that she leaves feeling worse than when she started. It's exhausting, seriously. A Sigma female is trying to have a simple chat or even just some peace, and suddenly she's stuck in their whirlwind of drama and despair, wondering how to escape without sounding rude. Sigma females get this instantly because they're wired differently. They thrive on inner strength and calm, so when someone consistently drags them into emotional chaos, they recognize it immediately. They don't see the point in investing time or energy in people who leave them feeling worn out or overwhelmed. For Sigma females, energy is precious. It fuels their focus, their goals, and their independence. Giving that energy to someone who just drains it away without any real exchange? No way. Instead of trying to fix or carry these energy vampires, Sigma females simply cut the cord. It's not about being mean, it's about protecting their own peace and keeping their mental space clear. If someone's presence feels like a weight, a drain, or a constant fight to stay positive, Sigma females don't hesitate to walk away. This boundary is a non-negotiable part of their self-respect and personal growth. Because here's the thing. Energy vampires don't just tire a Sigma female out emotionally, they also distract her from her purpose. When she spends time dealing with their endless issues or negativity, that's time taken away from working on her dreams, projects, or just her happiness. Sigma females know this all too well. They can't afford to be pulled into those black holes of emotional exhaustion. They value their energy like gold. When a Sigma female understands this, she starts to see why she has to be so careful with her inner circle. It's not about cutting people off to be cold or distant. It's about choosing who deserves a seat at her table, those who uplift, inspire, and respect her boundaries. Energy vampires simply don't fit that bill. A Sigma female might recognize these types in her own life. The ones who never ask how she is, who always want to vent or complain, but aren't there when she needs support. They drain conversations with constant negativity, turning every chat into a session of doom and gloom. Sigma females learn to spot this pattern fast. They don't get sucked in by the drama or the emotional chaos because they value their peace more than temporary social niceties. And this choice to cut off energy vampires? It's empowering. It says, I'm in control of my energy. I decide who gets access to my time, my thoughts, and my feelings. That's not just smart, it's a form of self-love that helps Sigma females stay strong, focused, and true to themselves. So if a Sigma female is watching this and thinking about those energy vampires in her life, remember this. It's okay to say no. It's okay to step back. Her energy is hers. Don't let anyone steal it just because they don't know how to manage their own. Sigma females lead by example here, showing that protecting mental and emotional space isn't selfish, it's necessary. And that's how they keep shining bright no matter what. If this hits home, drop a like and share your own experience with energy vampires in the comments. Now, let's move on. 2. The drama queens. Constant chaos, attention-seeking, and no respect for your peace. By Felicia. A Sigma female knows exactly the type. The ones who thrive on creating problems, stirring the pot, and making mountains out of molehills. Their lives are like a non-stop soap opera, and somehow they expect her to be part of every episode. They're always in the middle of some crisis, real or imagined, and they want her attention like it's their lifeline. Sigma females don't have the patience for that kind of chaos. Peace is sacred to them, and when someone repeatedly disrupts it with needless drama, it's a major red flag. These drama queens aren't just noisy or annoying. They actually demand emotional energy and time that Sigma females can't afford to waste. Whether it's stirring up conflicts between friends, playing the victim, or constantly needing to be the center of attention, their behavior creates a toxic atmosphere that suffocates growth and calm. Sigma females are all about self-mastery and independence, and drama queens directly clash with those values. They see through the game and recognize how draining it is to constantly put out fires that shouldn't even exist. It's like walking on a minefield of emotions. One wrong step, and suddenly a Sigma female is caught in a whirlwind of unnecessary tension. That's why Sigma females don't hesitate to say goodbye to these kinds of people. They understand that life's too short to be pulled into someone else's never-ending chaos. Instead, they prioritize their mental clarity and emotional stability. Drama queens tend to blur boundaries and disrespect a Sigma female's need for space or calm. They might text 1,000,000 times, expect immediate responses, or guilt-trip her for not being there enough. Sigma females recognize these patterns quickly and don't fall for the trap. They set firm boundaries and won't allow their peace to be compromised for the sake of someone else's attention-seeking. Cutting off a drama queen isn't about being harsh or unkind. It's about preserving energy and mental health. Sigma females know that engaging with drama only drags them down, distracts them from their goals, and keeps them stuck in cycles of chaos they didn't create. And honestly, these relationships rarely offer anything positive in return. Instead of uplifting or supporting, drama queens demand constant emotional labor that leaves a Sigma female exhausted and frustrated. Sigma females have zero tolerance for that imbalance. Another thing about drama queens, they often don't respect a Sigma female's personal growth or boundaries. They might try to pull her back into old patterns or convince her that her need for space is a betrayal. But Sigma females stand firm because they know growth requires distance from toxic energy. They don't need to explain or justify their choices. Their actions speak louder. If a relationship drains a Sigma female's peace more than it adds to her life, it's time to cut it off. That's exactly what Sigma females do with drama queens. They cut ties without regret, knowing that peace and progress are worth so much more than momentary drama or attention. So if a Sigma female is watching this and can relate to dealing with drama queens in her life, remember this: her peace isn't negotiable. Don't let anyone make her feel guilty for protecting it. Like, seriously, life is better without that extra noise and chaos. Sigma females lead the way by choosing calm over chaos, growth over distraction, and real connection over drama. Saying "Bye, Felicia" to drama queens is a power move that shows a Sigma female is in charge of her life and her vibe. And that's exactly how she stays true to herself while leveling up every day. 3. The fake fans. People who pretend to support you but secretly throw shade or compete behind your back. Sigma females see right through that. These are the ones who smile in a Sigma female's face but quietly undermine her when she's not around. They act like they're her cheerleaders, liking her posts, congratulating her publicly, but behind closed doors, they're jealous, critical, or actively working against her success. It's a toxic kind of energy that's hard to spot if a Sigma female isn't paying attention, but she has a sixth sense for it. She doesn't fall for fake support because she's deeply tuned into authenticity and truth. Fake fans often try to mask their insecurity by pretending to be part of her journey, but their real goal is to compete with her or bring her down. It's like they want the spotlight, but only if they can dim hers first. Sigma females understand that real support lifts everyone higher, while fake support drags her into a game of comparison and sabotage. The danger with fake fans is that they can create confusion and doubt. When a Sigma female gets mixed signals, someone who acts friendly but then whispers negative things about her or subtly competes for attention, it messes with her peace and focus. Sigma females don't have time for that kind of emotional whiplash. They keep their circles tight and full of genuine people who celebrate their wins without hesitation. Fake fans also often use a Sigma female's vulnerabilities against her. They might pretend to care about her struggles, only to gossip or use that information to hurt her later. Sigma females know better than to share too much with anyone who hasn't earned their trust. Their radar for fake fans is sharp because they value loyalty and honesty above all else. When they spot someone who's disingenuous, they don't waste time trying to fix or explain it. They cut them off. That's because Sigma females know their worth and refuse to let fake energy infiltrate their lives. Surrounding herself with fake fans creates a toxic environment that stunts growth and breeds distrust. Sigma females are about growth and progress, so they don't tolerate energy that brings her down or confuses her path. She prefers a smaller, real tribe over a crowd full of hidden agendas. Another thing about fake fans is that they often feed off comparison. Instead of supporting a Sigma female's success, they feel threatened by it. This kind of energy is draining and distracting. Sigma females focus on their own goals and achievements without getting caught in that competition trap. They rise by lifting others, not tearing them down. Recognizing fake fans early on helps Sigma females protect their mental and emotional space. They're not here to play games or pretend. They want genuine relationships that fuel their growth and inspire confidence. Cutting off fake fans is a powerful act of self-respect. It's saying, I deserve real support and real love, not fake smiles and secret shade. For any Sigma female watching this, if she's ever felt the sting of fake fans in her life, she should know that she's not alone. It's okay to distance herself from people who don't have her best interest at heart. Protect her peace, her progress, and her vibe by surrounding herself only with those who genuinely cheer her on. That's the kind of energy Sigma females thrive on, real, raw, and loyal. So, don't waste a Sigma female's time on fake fans. See them, set boundaries, and keep moving forward, because her real tribe is waiting and they'll celebrate every win with her, no questions asked. If this speaks to a Sigma female watching, hit that like and let me know your experience with fake fans in the comments. Let's keep going. The negativity spreaders. Those who always bring pessimism, rain on your parade, or discourage your dreams. Sigma females rise above that noise. A Sigma female knows the type. The people who can't seem to celebrate her wins without pointing out the possible downsides, who always find a way to turn her excitement into a cautionary tale or a reason to doubt herself. Their default setting is negativity. Whether it's about her goals, ideas, or even her mood, they're quick to pour cold water on everything. It's like no matter how bright her vision, they're determined to cloud it. For most people, that kind of constant discouragement can be crushing, but Sigma females don't let it stick. They understand that negativity is often more about the other person's fears or limitations than anything real about her or her potential. These spreaders of negativity thrive on bringing others down to feel better about their own insecurities. But Sigma females have built a kind of emotional armor against that. They don't waste time debating or trying to convince negativity spreaders otherwise, because they know it's a losing game. Instead, Sigma females focus on their own path and refuse to let those pessimistic voices drown out their inner confidence. Sigma females realize that surrounding themselves with negativity slows them down and can even derail their progress. That's why they cut ties or keep distance from people who consistently rain on their parade. Because life is too short to let someone else's gloom cloud their shine. These negativity spreaders might show up as the realists or practical ones in her life, often disguising their discouragement as concern or advice. But Sigma females can see through that facade. They know when the so-called advice is really just a way to keep them small or stuck in place. Instead of absorbing that negativity, Sigma females use it as fuel to prove those doubters wrong. They turn their energy into motivation and push even harder toward their dreams. The key is that Sigma females don't let negativity affect their self-belief or vision. They understand that growth requires a positive mindset and that even setbacks are part of the journey, not a reason to quit. Negativity spreaders don't get the power to shake that mindset. Another thing about negativity spreaders is they can be draining to be around. Constant pessimism wears down a Sigma female's enthusiasm and creativity. Sigma females guard their energy fiercely, so they know when it's time to walk away or create boundaries to protect their mental space. They don't need that heavy vibe pulling them down when they're trying to build something amazing. If a Sigma female has ever dealt with someone who discouraged her from chasing her goals or made her question her worth, she knows how toxic that feels. Sigma females refuse to let anyone plant seeds of doubt that don't belong to them. They keep their focus sharp and their circle positive, understanding that the right energy attracts more growth and opportunity. So if a Sigma female catches herself surrounded by negativity spreaders, she should take a page from the Sigma female playbook, rise above the noise. Keep her head high and her goals clear. Don't argue or try to change their mindset. Just protect her peace and keep moving forward. Remember, the best way to silence negativity is to shine so bright that it has no choice but to fade away. Sigma females don't just survive around negativity. They thrive by creating their own light, their own space, and their own path. So hold on to that energy and never let anyone dim her dreams. 5. The manipulators. People who twist words or situations to control or guilt you, not in your life. These are the ones who play mind games to get what they want, making a Sigma female question her own feelings or memories. They're masters at spinning the truth, flipping facts and twisting conversations so that she ends up feeling responsible for their problems or emotions. It's exhausting and confusing, and Sigma females don't tolerate it. They recognize manipulation for what it is, a toxic power play designed to control and trap her emotionally. Manipulators often use guilt as their weapon. They make a Sigma female feel bad for setting boundaries, saying no, or putting her needs first. They'll say things like, "After all I've done for you," or "If you really cared, you wouldn't," to make her question her own choices and feel obligated to comply. Sigma females see through these tactics quickly. They don't fall for the guilt trip because they know their worth and understand that healthy relationships don't operate on control or emotional blackmail. Another sneaky trick manipulators use is gaslighting, making a Sigma female doubt her reality, her feelings, or even her sanity. They'll deny things they said or did, or blame her for misunderstandings that aren't her fault. It's like a mental trap, and Sigma females refuse to get caught in it. They trust their instincts and experiences and don't let manipulators rewrite their truth. Manipulators also love to isolate a Sigma female from others who might see through their games or offer her support. They'll tell her things like, "They don't really care about you," or "You can't trust anyone but me." Sigma females understand that isolation is a control tactic and stay connected to their real support systems. They don't let manipulators cut them off from people who genuinely have their backs. The key for Sigma females is recognizing manipulation early and not engaging with it. They don't try to change manipulators or reason with their twisted logic because it's a losing battle. Instead, they set firm boundaries and remove themselves from situations where manipulation is at play. It's about protecting their peace and mental clarity. Manipulators thrive on chaos and confusion. Sigma females, on the other hand, crave clarity and independence. They don't want relationships that drain their energy or make them question their self-worth. Cutting manipulators off is an act of self-love and strength, not cruelty. It shows that a Sigma female is in control of her life and won't let anyone else's need for power dictate her happiness. For Sigma females, life is about building genuine, respectful connections, not playing games with emotional puppeteers. If a Sigma female has ever felt like someone was twisting her words or making her feel guilty just to get their way, she knows how toxic that can be. Sigma females know when enough is enough and aren't afraid to walk away. They don't need permission to protect their emotional space or to say, "Not in my life." This decision isn't about holding grudges, it's about survival and thriving. Manipulators can't win when a Sigma female refuses to be their target. So if a Sigma female is watching this and recognizes manipulative behaviors in someone around her, she should take a step back, trust herself, trust her boundaries, and don't let anyone guilt or control her. Remember, she deserves relationships built on respect, honesty, and freedom. That's what Sigma females demand and live by every day. Cutting manipulators off is a power move, a way to take her life back and keep her vibe strong and real. 6. The gossipers. Talking behind your back? Nope. Loyalty is non-negotiable. A Sigma female knows those people who can't help but spill her secrets or share her business with others like it's the hottest tea. They love to stir the pot and watch the drama unfold, and they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Gossipers thrive on attention, and they use other people's lives as their entertainment. For Sigma females, that kind of behavior is a total deal-breaker. They value loyalty and trust above almost everything else in their relationships. Having someone constantly talking behind her back is not only disrespectful, it's downright toxic. Sigma females are all about realness, and realness means keeping what's shared with her in confidence. Gossip breaks that sacred trust, and there's no room for that kind of betrayal in their world. When a Sigma female knows someone is gossiping about her, it creates this invisible crack in the foundation of their relationship. Suddenly, she's second-guessing everything they say or do, wondering if they're just waiting to throw her under the bus at the first chance. That kind of doubt and mistrust messes with her peace and makes it impossible to be fully herself around them. Sigma females have zero tolerance for that. They believe loyalty is non-negotiable because trust is the bedrock of any meaningful connection. Without it, the relationship isn't worth the energy. Gossipers often act all sweet and friendly to a Sigma female's face, but behind closed doors, they're busy spreading rumors or twisting her words to create drama. This kind of double-faced behavior is exhausting and dangerous. Sigma females learn early on to spot these energy vampires and protect themselves. They don't engage or try to confront every little rumor. Instead, they distance themselves from those who consistently disrespect their privacy and integrity. Loyalty isn't just a nice-to-have for Sigma females, it's a core value. They expect the people around them to stand up for them, not tear them down when they're not looking. Gossipers do the exact opposite, and that's why they don't make it past the cut. Another thing about gossipers is that they often bring unnecessary drama wherever they go. Their need to talk about others creates a toxic environment full of mistrust and tension. Sigma females aren't here for that kind of chaos. They prefer calm, honest, and supportive vibes that uplift everyone involved. Cutting off gossipers is more than just removing negativity. It's a way for Sigma females to protect their mental space and emotional health. They know that a few loyal friends who keep it real are worth way more than a crowd full of backstabbers. If a Sigma female is dealing with gossip in her life, she should take a note from the Sigma Female Handbook. Don't let anyone disrespect her trust or make her feel small by sharing her business without permission. It's okay to set boundaries and walk away from relationships that don't honor her privacy. Loyalty is a two-way street, and Sigma females expect it to be respected. When she surrounds herself with people who keep her secrets and have her back, she creates a safe space to grow and shine. Gossipers don't belong in that space, so if a Sigma female spots someone who talks behind her back or spreads rumors, remember this: loyalty is non-negotiable. Don't settle for less. Protect her peace, her reputation, and her vibe by cutting off gossipers for good. That's how Sigma females stay empowered, strong, and totally in control of their lives. If this resonates, hit like and comment your story below. Moving forward. 7. The fair weather friends, only around when things are easy or beneficial to them. Sigma females want real connections, not convenience. These are the people who show up when life is smooth, when the party's going on, or when a Sigma female can offer them something, attention, favors, or just a good time. But when things get tough or complicated, they disappear like they never existed. They're not really friends. They're more like acquaintances who stick around only because it's easy or they get something out of it. Sigma females don't have time or patience for that kind of shallow loyalty. They crave relationships that go beyond convenience and are willing to stand the test of real life, the ups and downs, the wins and losses. Fair-weather friends don't stick around when the going gets tough because they're not invested in a Sigma female's journey. They're too busy looking out for their own comfort or benefits. Whether it's avoiding difficult conversations, skipping out when she needs support, or ghosting when she hits a rough patch, these friends show their true colors quickly. Sigma females spot this behavior from miles away. They know that true connections require effort, vulnerability, and consistency, not just showing up for the good times. That's why they don't hesitate to distance themselves from fair-weather friends, because honestly, relationships should be a two-way street. It's not just about what a Sigma female can get, but what she's willing to give, especially when it counts the most. Fair-weather friends often expect a Sigma female to be there for them, but don't reciprocate when she needs them. That imbalance creates frustration and disappointment, and Sigma females refuse to tolerate it. They know their worth and won't settle for anyone who treats friendship like a convenience store, open only when it suits them. Real friendships aren't transactional. They're built on mutual respect, trust, and genuine care. Sigma females understand this deeply. They want people who will show up for them during the late-night talks, the stressful moments, and the challenges, not just when there's something fun or easy to share. Another thing about fair-weather friends is that their inconsistency can make a Sigma female question herself. When someone vanishes during hard times, it can feel like maybe she did something wrong or that she's not worth sticking around for. Sigma females don't fall into that trap. They know that someone's absence when she needs them says everything about that person, not her. It's a reflection of their character and priorities, not her value. Cutting off fair-weather friends is a form of self-care. It's about choosing relationships that fuel a Sigma female's growth and happiness instead of draining her with disappointment and unreliability. Sigma females surround themselves with people who are dependable, loyal, and real, not just fair-weather acquaintances. If a Sigma female is watching this and thinking about those people in her life who only pop up when it's convenient, remember that she deserves better. She deserves friendships that are honest, supportive, and consistent. Don't settle for less just because she wants to keep the peace or avoid confrontation. Standing up for herself and setting boundaries is necessary for her well-being. Sigma females lead by example here. They show that real connections are worth protecting and that convenience isn't enough. So, if a Sigma female recognizes fair-weather friends in her circle, it's okay to let them go. Make space for those who truly want to be there through thick and thin. That's how she builds a tribe that lifts her up and matches her energy every step of the way. And that's exactly the kind of connection Sigma females live for. Here's the truth. Cutting people off isn't about being harsh or mean. It's not about playing games or holding grudges. It's about honoring yourself and valuing your own peace above all else. For Sigma females, this isn't a choice made lightly. It's a powerful act of self-respect and strength. When you decide to remove toxic people from your life, you're setting a clear boundary that says, I deserve better. I'm worth protecting. There's a story about a Sigma female who walked away from a toxic friendship that was holding her back. At first it was hard. She questioned if she was being too harsh or if she should give the friendship another chance. But the moment she let go, something shifted inside her. That space she created wasn't just empty. It became a place for growth, healing, and rediscovery. Without the weight of negativity dragging her down, she found her real power. She started rebuilding herself on her own terms, focusing on what truly mattered to her. She became stronger, more confident, and more in tune with her own values. That's the kind of strength Sigma females carry, the courage to know when to let go, even if it's tough, because they understand it's the only way to level up in life. It's about choosing progress over comfort and freedom over old ties that no longer serve you. Cutting people off isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about being real. Real with yourself and real with the people around you. Sigma females are fiercely committed to self-love, and part of that is recognizing when a relationship drains you instead of lifting you up. When you make that choice, you're not just protecting your peace, you're sending a message to the world about your standards and what you will no longer accept. Now, let's recap the 8 types of people Sigma females cut off without regret. First, the energy vampires. Those who suck your energy dry and leave you drained after every interaction. Sigma females know their energy is precious, so they don't waste it on anyone who constantly pulls them down. Next are the drama queens, the ones who thrive on chaos and demand constant attention, disrespecting your peace. Sigma females don't have time for that noise. Then, the fake fans, people who pretend to support you but secretly compete or throw shade behind your back. Sigma females see right through the facade and cut ties quickly. Fourth, the negativity spreaders, those who always bring pessimism and rain on your parade, discouraging your dreams. Sigma females rise above their noise and refuse to be held back. Fifth, the manipulators, people who twist words and situations to control or guilt you. Sigma females recognize manipulation and won't let it take hold. Sixth, the energy drainers, those who demand your time and attention but give nothing back. Sigma females value balance and won't tolerate one-sided relationships. Seventh, the gossipers, people who talk behind your back and break your trust. Loyalty is non-negotiable for Sigma females, so gossipers don't last long in their lives. Finally, the fair-weather friends, only around when things are easy or beneficial to them. Sigma females want real connections, not convenience or temporary companionship. Sigma females cut these ties because their peace and personal growth come first. They understand that holding on to toxic relationships only slows them down and weighs on their mental health. It's not about being heartless or cold. It's about being true to yourself and fiercely protecting your space. Cutting people off is an act of courage and empowerment. A declaration that you value yourself enough to walk away from anything or anyone who doesn't honor your worth. It's about clearing the path so you can focus on what really matters, your goals, your happiness, and your growth. Sigma females live by this truth every day. They refuse to settle for less than they deserve and stand firm in their boundaries. They know that true strength comes from within and that sometimes the hardest decisions, like letting go, lead to the most powerful transformations. So if you find yourself hesitating or feeling guilty about cutting people off, remember this. It's not just okay, it's necessary. It's a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. You're not alone in this. Every Sigma female understands the power of saying no to toxic energy and yes to self-love. Embrace that strength, trust your instincts, and keep leveling up. Your peace is priceless, and protecting it is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. That's the path of the Sigma female, strong, independent, and unstoppable.